29th of July 2026. Few things. I will do the full moon read tonight. Later on, it may be late though. And Kristen, if you're watching this, I don't know if you will be, darling, but I will try and ring tonight late, if you've got time for a catch up. I want to know what's going on. Yeah, that being said, the song is Little Bitty Pretty One. So I don't know if they're talking about babies or a little tiny woman, petite woman. I don't know. Little Bitty Pretty One. Let's have a look. And full moon is good because the High Priestess card today, and she has all 3 moons on her headpiece. So the waning, the waxing and the full. So let's see what she's got to say. And there it is, the moon. Well done, Spirit. Pisces and 12th house. So this is about sacrifices. This is about actually paying for your wrongdoings. It's about art, music, poetry. It's about prisoners. It's about martyrs and victims. So 12th house. Let's have a look. So the High Priestess then. Here we go. So the moon, Pisces and 12th house. Let's have a look. The moon is in Aquarius. Pisces is the 8th house of death and rebirth. And 12th house is Cancer. So, remember that you can always use this read with your own chart. If you've got it, which you can get easily. It's free on the internet, free natal chart, birth chart. And see what the signs are in your chart. Because that could give you an extra reading. Somebody here is a prisoner, a captive, a hostage. Because Persephone is dragged to hell by the devil. Marriage, yeah, there's Scorpio, the 8th house. So it's all coming together in this one pile. Let's have a look. So we have small amount of Leo, because it's Minor Arcana. Financial success has a bearing on this situation. A failed marriage, friendship, schooling. This is institutions. This is Taurus. It's about your values, your self-worth, your integrity. This is in reverse, so it's not good. You do not value yourself and you are not speaking your truth. Simon, Peter, Mark, Diane, 5 and 23. The children hold the key, the little bitty pretty one. It's 3 problems to solve. Teachers and school days maybe. And there she is. Secrets being kept because she's in reverse. Something is over, dead, done, dusted. Enough is enough. He is dejected, but he's not dead, because those swords are in his arm and not himself. And we have the eclipse there. So this is the dark night of the soul, when something ends that takes you to a different level. 10 weeks, because somebody's been found out for their lies, deceit and theft without any word from her, because she keeps the secret. So, 7 weeks. This used to be my Thursday night card. Things that go on in the dark. Somebody taking credit for what you've done, or stealing your credit as in financially, or identity fraud, whatever it is. Somebody here takes credit. Maybe for at work somebody's taking credit for a project you did. Whatever it is, somebody here is lying and there's deceit. And the answer should be no. This is no happiness, no chance of happiness or love in this situation. And it must end. When it ends, we will be reborn. So, 13, Nick and Helen. Dark night of the soul. Something ends, so something new can begin. Because you have to make room. So Taurus and Scorpio, the big players then. Midheaven's Taurus, Chiron's Taurus, so healing. Scorpio in the 4th house of home and family life, oh dear, which is Cancer, 12th house. And Taurus is the 10th house of status, wealth, etc. Scorpio is about shared resources, so something here has gone badly wrong. That was financially successful. We've got the Leo sun, so Leo is there, but only it's not an important energy. Jupiter is in Leo. The ascendant is Leo. And the 1st house is Leo. So pride, but pride comes before a fall. So somebody too proud. It's all about status, wealth, but not about self-worth. And that's a shame. Because even though Persephone was held hostage and made to marry the devil, she still had self-worth. She refused to let him have power over her. There we have Aries. Bosses, government officials, father figures, princes, kings, we've had this a lot, haven't we? Head and face injuries, lack of value, lack of self-worth, because he in the upright has worth. He is protective, he is valuable. But in the reverse, he has no self-esteem. He probably very depressed, which is a shame for Aries. 4 and 31. And that will be our Henry, Harry or Audrey. Prince Harry's not doing so well, is he? And there's Scorpio. We've got some very bad leaders in the world today. And there's Taurus. All the minor arcanas, we've got them in the chart. Somebody's sitting on the fence about something, but they know it's over. So it's about knowing what to do next. It's a Libra energy, so it's fairness. And there he is, that toxic person that she dragged to the gates of hell with. Capricorn. This is do not sign anything, do not agree to anything under duress. You will be shackled hand and feet. and not have any control of your own life. Selling your soul for shiny baubles. 15. Ashley and Lee. No shame, no blame in saying no. Finally, standing up for yourself. Because those words and thoughts that others are putting into your head have no meaning. It's about what you tell yourself, how you value yourself. But no action is being taken right now because somebody feels unable or unwilling to do so. And I'm sure Persephone thought there was nothing she could do. She was right, because her mum and Hecate saved her. So there is impotence. So, and it's on the Scorpio. So it's unable to conceive, unable to do the act of love making, whatever it is. Unable to complete something because your schooling is lacking. Whatever it is, there is somebody not taking action. So the main players now, we have Aries and Capricorn. Saturn is in Aries. Neptune is in Aries. There we go, 12th house. Pallas is in Aries. The 9th house of healing, Aries, hospitals, etc. So your dad may have passed with an aneurysm or head injury, something like that, for those of you that are open to hear from Dad in Spirit. And then Capricorn. Sixth house. Oh no, so 9th house, sorry, is learning, is gaining knowledge in it because it's Sagittarius. 6th house is hospitals. So scrap that head injury for Dad, not the original head injury, say if your dad passed away. So healing is Capricorn. So possibly healing your status, healing your finances, etc. A nightmare situation. But some healing has to take place through knowledge. So gaining some knowledge, somebody's been found out for what they've done there. And it's toxic. It's not, it's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth, but it is finally going to end something that should have ended a long time ago. Somebody's not going to believe what's been done, what's been said, what's been done. But they realise it's true. But it's a secret that's been kept for a very long time. It finally pushes somebody to end something. Oh, too many. Yeah, the moon. Frank and Patrick. September the 11th. Number 18. Something's being created and loyalty is needed. It is the dark night of the soul. So it's always darkest before the dawn. And then we can move on. 6 weeks. Leave the misery of the past behind. Do not take the baggage of it with you. There she is again. So now we can use her. We can say her name. Persephone. You are stronger than you know. Persephone was, and she survived the devil. This is 2 and 29. This is even granddaughters. This is the daughters. hostages. Those born or living at the number 2 or 29. It is Marcia, Kelly, Elaine, Destiny Lee, Esme Rose, Beth Alice, and Brian. So, then you can say yes, yes, when you've moved on. Happiness. Happiness comes again to many. But somebody here is heartbroken, somebody is being damaged, somebody is being hurt. Aquarius energy, a woman scorned, seeking revenge, a divorced or widowed woman, someone who's not thinking straight, mental illness perhaps, usually dark haired. In this she's blonde, so maybe she dyes her hair, I don't know. But wishes have not come true. Nobody wished for this to happen, but it did. Do not take advice from others, especially the female kind. Number 10, a run of bad luck. Things are not working out, which would go in England for our leaders. At number 10, a change of residence. He's taking it to the north, so Spirit was right about that, wasn't he? He can't be bothered to come up to London. Don't blame him. So yeah, but we know the wheel, don't we? The wheel turns, keeps turning, so it's just a cycle to ride it out. Jacqueline, Oscar, Richard, Cooper, and Judgment Day has arrived. Do not judge others lest you be judged yourself, so be careful who you go after, because they might just have some ammunition against you. But this is a time to raise things to the ground, begin again. But pause before you do, because don't jump out of the frying pan into the fire. Don't agree to something under duress. Use your own judgment. Bring those walls down. Destruction brings a rebirth. The phoenix rising from the ashes. There's born in the year of the rooster, the judgment of Solomon. Look up the story because I'm not going to go through it again. Number 20. And that is Gary, Sandra, and Terry. The battle commences. Right. And somebody is going to face the consequences. 12th house, prisoners. Somebody may even go to prison for this, for what they've done. Hopefully out somebody in our government. This is about starting again, reintegrating yourself into life. It's also about the feet and toes. It's about prisons, institutions, the colour green, which is your heart. A return, perhaps, karma, family secrets. There's the secrets. Perhaps about a daughter. Hidden enemies. There's the enemy. Reconnections. Confinement, reparation, sacrifice, surrender, institutions, and the collective unknown, or unconscious, should I say. It's time to reconnect with the world, with your boundaries in place. Some will find this very, very hard, and others not so much. It's about your psyche. You're psychic. You are not protected at this time, so you have to protect yourself. It's about the tarot readers, the psychics, the mediums, the carnival people, the travellers. October the 11th, where I come from, which could be important to you. 11 is always important to the High Priestess. But you need to be in your protective bubble because psychic attacks are possible. And psychops definitely are going on all over the world. If you are humble, this will be an easy process because you have nothing to surrender except delusions. But for some, delusions may take over. So, like I said, mental illness. But if somebody is cocksure of themselves, the merging back will be painful. Somebody's pride gets in the way. Because this is a place of reparation for past wrongs. And much depends on your signs in your planets. The results of your past actions, personal and collective, are now met. Planets lurking in this house indicate the type of karma involved. So we have the moon. It points to mother, the mother issue, karmic issues with the mother. That could be the mother of your children, your mother, someone else's mother. So the moon in Pisces. So it goes on in the dark. What goes on in the dark? It's your soul. It's a life in the womb. Little bitty pretty one. It's ruled by Cancer. Its detriment is Capricorn. Its exaltation is Taurus. And its fall is Scorpio. You would not believe it if you didn't see it. That's how precise Spirit gets. So, moon in Pisces. Emotionally sensitive, mendacious, compassionate, receptive, empathic, imaginative, but unreliable, gullible, and self-indulgent. The moon in Pisces has escapist tendencies. So someone doesn't want to face the consequences. They want to escape. If you don't face your karma, you can't escape. You can't run from anything. Travel across water may be imminent. Itty bitty pretty one. So family secrets are perhaps about daughters or mothers. There is a child in this somewhere, and it's very, very toxic. It's all about keeping the status. Oh, 25. There's a flag very much like our own for England. None touch me with impunity. In other words, touch me, you wrong me, and you will pay. Simple as. There's no arguments about it. Touch me and you'll pay. Unfortunately, somebody hasn't stood up for themselves and they've let somebody do them wrong. The Latin name, Cardus lanceolatus. Sounds like Lancelot, doesn't it? Number 25. The Thistle. Scotland the Brave. To folklore, witches flying through the air are said to be the light as thistle. And that is like she's blowing dandelions there, but thistles again do the same thing. Affirming a strong link between witchcraft and the very magical plant. Like many of the witch's herbs, there is an inner and outer magic to it. The obvious magical signature, when I say don't sign anything, is the thorn of the thistle, invoking the magic of protection. But we are not protected because he's not doing his job. Not a medicine that is often talked about. Thistle has been used for joint pain and for bleeding, both internal and external. That which harms and draws blood can also heal the wounds. Thistle, sir, The thing that hurts you most is the thing that will heal. It's deeply linked to Scotland with the legends of the Norse invaders, so the invaders seeking to be stealthy, taking off their footwear, feet and toes, Pisces, to move through the darkness. Something going on in the dark. One stepped upon a small but strong thistle and cried out in pain, alerting the Scottish clans to the invasion of the Norse, allowing for preparation and then success. The most ancient and noble order of the thistle started in 1687 and uses the flower as an emblem, including a breast star, so your North Star, with the thistle and the words Nemo me impune laces it. None touch me with impunity. The inner world's signature is due to the flight of the thistledown, indicating an aid in the witch's flight through sympathy, not the toxic chemicals of traditional flying ointments. So we don't need that toxicity. Thistle seeds can be blown in the air in an act of sympathetic magic to fly into other worlds or otherwise practice astral projection. To talk about astral projection, please don't try it if you don't know what you're doing. It's very, very important that you don't. People in comas and stuff like that experience it. The essence of thistle is protection, but protection by standing up for yourself. What did I say? Nobody's coming to save you. You have to do this yourself. Against hostility and standing in your truth and dignity. There is an elegance of a nobility to the common thistle, helping you stand up against bullies and abusive authority figures. It's great in general for those who might not be attacked or abused, but who nonetheless feel insecure around others who express their own authority and act with confidence. Thistle can help you feel secure. Thistle is particularly protective when we are travelling in an unfamiliar territory in the physical and spiritual world. So, someone or something is pushing upon your boundaries. When thistle is reversed and thistle is warning you that the danger is coming and it is time to be prepared. The danger to you is not easily visible, yet it is present. Prepare your defences and be ready to be aggressive in your battle to defend yourself. Stand nobly in your own proof. So the battle is coming, we know that. It is time to stand up for yourself and your people and fight. And you may say, I can't fight. You can use your voice, if nothing else. You can help those that are fighting. You can be the support system for others who are fighting their own battles. Yeah. Sacred learning. This is a hard lesson that they are about to teach us. And they've been trying to get us ready for it. And some of us have taken notice and some of us have not. And it's because of them, it's going to be a lot harder battle. Purple chakra. It is your psychic ability between, in the middle of your forehead, basically. Sacred learning. The origins of sacred learning began at the birth of time, and some may say time is endless. There is no beginning, there is no end, the wheel. Our learning is not dissimilar. There is no beginning and no end. Whilst ever there is a breath in our being, we are still learning. You must recognise your spiritual knowledge as a gift from the soul. It is the gift of memories which you have stored over many lifetimes of experience. Sacred learning comes from the ability to first recognise this knowledge and then believe in yourself. And that's a very hard thing to do without questioning your own sanity. to find the courage to integrate it into your life. And I would say, really, they push you until you do. This isn't an airy-fairy feel-good piece of information. There is an internal knowing, so you don't just think you know, you're sure, which guides us all to where we need to be. Mostly, we are unaware of the journey we are on and what influences the decisions we make, but the wheels are set in motion from the moment you take your first breath. Become more aware of the importance of your decisions as they influence those around you. You have just made a decision, and the repercussions from this will affect many more people. This may be one of those rare times when you need to justify why you made such a decision. This is not to say that it is a bad decision, it is just simply a decision which has ramifications for others. Take time to think through your decision-making process, because this is a time to become aware of how often you rely on your sacred inner learning from your soul's past without even knowing you're accessing that wisdom. That's why you can't listen to other people's advice. From this time forward, you will begin to take your inner wisdom more seriously, and you will begin to understand the depths of knowledge that you bring from one life to the next. Congratulations. So they're hoping that you will rise above it, like the phoenix from the ashes. We have hope, don't we? We do have hope. Because it's the purple chakra, we'll have the green ones. Peace Walker, walk in peace. So you may be able to do this battle in peace, but be prepared to stand up for yourself. Don't let them walk all over you. Peace, gentle movement forwards. Number 9, which is 9th house of knowledge. So some knowledge is gained. The Peace Walker is an elemental who resides on the earth to help raise awareness, to help others find their way home. There are many elementals who have chosen to walk this path to help humanity, all of nature and its beings on this plane. They sometimes find it very difficult to be in human form. Empaths do, tarot readers do, psychics do, but understand it for its greater purpose. At this time our worlds are all connected, but this will not always be so if we continue to destroy the beauty we have. This is the concern that they carry, and their task is not an easy one. Peace Walkers asks you to take up the challenge yourself. Do what you can to help raise the consciousness of humanity. Where can you help? Set an example, educate or inspire others to look after this planet and all its beings. Where in your life can you change your habits that have impacted on others? We cannot do this alone. We need all who are willing to listen. This is about you finding peace, an inner core peace, so that whatever goes on around you, you are not caught off balance. Peace is an essential in this day and age to help us through the stresses of everyday life. It sometimes seems that stress and being busy is taking precedence over being calm and nurturing ourselves. There seems to be less time for ourselves. We are time poor, we are tired, and they know we are running on empty. This in itself is not sustainable unless we balance the scales and find peace and calm, which means finding time to let that in, because our external environment reflects our internal environment. So by finding peace within ourselves, we can create peace in our external environment, and vice versa. Make some time for yourself. Just sit, just be. Meditate if it helps. Find your core. Get out in nature. Visit your happy place in your mind. When we emanate calm, it is infectious to others, and we receive back calm in answer to the energy we are sending out. A bit like martial arts. Let your enemy come to you. Be prepared, and don't make a big deal out of it. Just sort it out. Handle business. Help others find their peace. If this is the one thing you can do to make a difference in this world, the more we find peace, the more we find peace on a collective scale. Become centered and able to handle situations better. Bring balance back to your life and make time for it. So, we haven't had a rune, have we? We'll have a rune. It's hot again, very hot. Don't like it. Too much for me. Jerry, yin yang. It's one of those that it doesn't really have a reverse meaning. The results of your earlier efforts are realised. So karma, your actions earlier. A time of peace and happiness. Peace. Fruitful seasons. It can break through stagnancy, hopes and expectations of peace and prosperity. So have the hope for it, but don't be blinded to those that don't carry the same. Because you don't want to be caught unaware by those invaders, do you? Like the Scottish thistle did. So Jera, yin yang, the dark and the light in all of us. Number 12, 12th house, well done. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect read, Jerry, thank you. Balder, Herder, and the cunning Loki. There's Loki. Joy and celebration. But it's reversed. So maybe there's a celebration going on that is not going to bring anybody any joy. An anniversary coming up of a passing, or an anniversary that someone is unable to attend or won't be there for whatever reason. 12, where are we? Jera 73. So rosemary, the name rosemary or the herb rosemary, but it can bring on fits, so don't use it as if you prone to seizures. Jera is a joy to men, and the gods make the earth to bring forth shining fruits for the rich and poor alike. This rune was also called Jer by the Anglo-Saxons. The letter J or Y. Jera is connected with the yearly cycles of nature, particularly with harvest time, so harvest festival, and the celebration that goes with it. We are reaping what we sowed. It is also symbolised by the strength of the venerable oak, Taurus, which we had, and the humble herb rosemary. It is a rune of joy, of plenty, of rich blessings. Jera associated with celebrations connected with Yuletide, the Christmas season. It expresses much of the warmth and happiness of this time. It is a sense Jera is symbolically assigned with the winter solstice, so 21st of December, when the sun is at its weakest, yet begins to gain strength once more. Jera is the 12th rune and therefore halfway point of the Elder Folkirk. The year also has 12 months, and in ancient times the days was in addition held to consist of 12 hours, so noon and midnight. The symbolism of Jera relates to the tragic tale of Balder and Herder, two sons of Odin, Balder, so sons and daughters again, who was known as the Beautiful, itty bitty pretty one, shone like the sun. Poor Hodor, on the other hand, was blind and so quiet that he was often ignored. Balder was so beloved by both gods and humans that his mother spent a long time extracting a promise from every living thing that they would not harm him, so mollycoddled him. However, she ignored the mistletoe because it was so puny that she could not imagine that it could possibly hurt her beloved son. Unfortunately, Frigga had not considered the malice and deceit, lies and deceit of the fire god, Loki. So if you've lost a son through lies and deceit of others, and secrets have come to your mind, your son is saying, listen, you can't mollycoddle, you can't protect your kids from everything. Loki suggested other objects such as pots and pans. No harm came to Balder. Only blind Hodor held back because he could not see his brother. But the wily Loki, the one seeking revenge, persuaded him to join the game and not only guided his hand but provided him with the unlikely weapon, a dart made from the puny mistletoe. It's the little things that can kill you. This small dart alone hit its mark and Balder fell down dead, slain by his brother's hand. But all was not lost. For Balder eventually conquered death, rose again, and was later resurrected, just like the sun on midwinter's day. So the sun will rise again. Jera is connected with endings and new beginnings, the phoenix rising, Judgment Day. Its presence in a reading predicts a time when your present trials will end and you can make a fresh, optimistic start. The rune's association with harvest also associates Jera with the concept of reaping the rewards of your past efforts. Its appearance signifies the completion of a project, which must be celebrated with joy and relief. Jera shows that your optimism will not be misplaced and that personal success is very likely. A new home or the signing of a contract, don't sign anything, is also suggested in the rune because it's in reverse. It may be that you have to employ the services of professional people. They lie, so don't do that. Such as lawyers or accountants, no, especially if it's a woman. To put the final seal on some kind of advantageous agreement. It's not advantageous because it's reversed. Jera's connection with the number 12 may suggest that a period of 12 months or a year is indicated. This need not necessarily mean that you will have to wait a year for the good times to come again, just that the abundant good luck of this rune may last a considerable period, such as 12 months. After all, it may take some time and effort to reach that successful conclusion. Like the preceding rune, Isa, Jera has no inverted meaning, but that's definitely saying do not sign anything. So don't, because you'll be trapped and shackled for a long, long time. Slaves. Don't agree to anything. Object. Don't listen to lawyers and doctors. Object. Well, not the female kind anyway. Number 11, what I say, very important to the High Priestess. Lungastud, I think, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's a cross-quarter day. I think it may be connected to the Jewish faith as well. August the 1st, we're coming up to it very soon, aren't we? Is a Celtic cross-quarter day, so that is a very important day. Make a note of it. That welcomes the beginning of autumn. The corn is ripe, so harvest time. Well done, Spirit. I'm ready for gathering. At this time of year, the horn god becomes a symbol of sacrifice, 12th house. The grain cut down for bread and the seeds returned to the earth for the next year's harvest. Also known as Lammas or Loafmas. This day is to celebrate by the baking and eating of bread in a mindful way, acknowledging its ancient tradition of holiness. In the cycles of life, there must be an offering for blessings bestowed, a price to pay. It is not enough simply to expect to receive, to demand. You must also give back, and you may need to sacrifice one plan or dream in order to bring another to fruition. Offering, cycles, sacrifice. Offer myself at the altar of service. How are you withholding your gifts from this world? So, somebody is not living the life they should be living. They are not happy and they are not using their gifts. And we all have gifts, and I don't care who you are. I don't care if you clean toilets. You're cleaning them toilets and you're cleaning them well. And that is a service. And otherwise, we'd be knee deep in excrement. So never lower your standards, your self-worth to please others. So it's in reverse. You are not aligned with your purpose. So you're not on the right path. It's time to move on. Abundance is waiting for you. Reaping the rewards. City lights, city life. Not for me, I'm afraid, but it's in the dark. Things that go on in the dark. There you go. Well done, Spirit. That was an absolutely perfect read. Thanks for listening, everybody. Remember what I said, Chris, if you see this, I'll try and call you tonight late. Okay, late. Love and light, everybody. Big hugs to everyone. Thanks for listening still. Speak soon. Bye.